Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is So Much to Say YouTube TV. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. So Much to Say YouTube TV is the place that you come to learn and grow, because we discuss socially relevant things mixed with a splash of humor. If you know you have tissue paper feelings, this probably isn't the channel for you. But and however, since you're here, I just need for you to do two things. Hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and turn on that little bell so that you get the notification every single time that I go live or upload something new. I'll see you soon. Bye.
But somebody went in, didn't somebody go in your car before? Somebody went in your car.
Yeah, that was before the break-in.
Right, but I'm saying somebody went in your car.
I know, but I'm saying it just now started picking back up.
Right, and then
I haven't had issues in years.
Right, and then Christmas happened, and they went in your mother's car. They probably tried to go in my car and yours too, but all of the windows were locked. I mean, doors were locked. But they need more street lights on your street.
It actually stopped right like maybe 6 houses down, 6, 7 more houses down, and that's the last one.
That's what I'm saying, because
there's no more street light past your street.
All right, so like there are a couple street lights between your house and my house, but then after my street, there are no more lights.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's another reason why if somebody's driving by, they ain't gonna be seeing nothing going on in the yard at that time of night.
And then past you, nobody has garages. Everybody's car is out because everyone has a carport.
Right.
In the rest of those houses.
Even like Scott, nobody has a garage past there. But we're gonna have to get that garage cleaned out because I ain't even gonna park over here no more outside in the dark like that. So whatever that is on that left side or right side of the garage, that's gonna have to come up out of there. Or get up on them walls.
I have nowhere to go. It's all the bins.
Oh, what bins?
That my mother came out the storage unit.
What's in them?
My grandfather.
I mean, it's just like the same thing like Christmas Eve, like when they went into your mother's car. Remember, I came around here later because I was around here and Christmas Eve, and then I had to go back home to get my gifts once y'all were all upstairs or whatever, because I had to still wrap my stuff. Because my mother wasn't feeling well, so she didn't come over, so she didn't spend the night. So I was over there kind of late, making sure she was good. And then next thing I know, I came over here. But, what if I had pulled up when they were out in the yard?
Right. Ain't no telling how many houses in the neighborhood they actually hit.
I don't know how many, but when I talked to the detective, he wasn't even surprised. He was just like, okay. He's like, yeah. I mean, he sounded like almost sympathetic, but also like very much so like, kind of like exasperated.
Yeah, you're tired of hearing the same thing.
Yeah. Because he said, yeah. It was like, it wasn't even news to him. It was almost like he expected me to be calling. And he was like...
Also, think about how many calls he gets just not from that area alone.
Right.
From all the other neighborhoods, probably that the same shit happened.
Right. And he was like, yeah. He said, you're not the first person. He said, I've gotten several calls on that same street all the way down that block. And he was just like... They just basically went from, he said their MO is to just, break the window and then go to the next, get whatever they can get out of the car and then go to the next house. But again, I'm just so mad with myself because, I don't ever leave stuff in my car. And I just happened to forget that phone. See, if I was at my house, I mean, even though it hasn't been happening on my street, but even if I was in my house, I would have come outside and got that phone out of the car. Because there have been times that I've left my wallet in the car and I realize it and I'll go out there and get it. But because I'm over here at your house, I was already upstairs. The alarm was already on. And I realized that that phone was in the car, but I was like, I ain't going back down there. I mean, I don't think I actively thought about that, but I was aware that, I think I was at least aware that it wasn't in here. Well, actually, I thought it was downstairs maybe. I think I may have been thinking it was downstairs. But I didn't even have the energy to go downstairs to look to see if it was downstairs because, I was already upstairs. Mm-hmm. But anyway, and so I'm just glad that I didn't leave my wallet in there, which I rarely do that. And that's really just like if I forget. But the gym bag was on the back floor. It was on the floor of the car. And, the windows are tinted. You can't even see in that car. So they were just checking. But, I mean, I just think about all of the times that they've probably checked my doors when they've actually gotten into your mother's car or somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I was saying earlier. Is like, I wonder actually not how many they actually robbed, but how many houses did they actually check?
Right. Yeah.
It could be the whole fucking neighborhood.
Right. Because Eugene's wife was out there when I noticed that the car had been burglarized. She was out there, but I didn't say anything to her because I saw that nobody did anything to their car. Mm-hmm. And then I looked over to the other side and I saw Preston, and that's when I, started talking to him. And but I thought about it today. Today.
Why didn't they just go to all them cars in the next door? Why didn't they go to one of them motherfuckers?
That's because their shit's old. That's what I was about to say.
Right.
They don't expect nothing. Yeah, ain't nothing in that motherfucking car.
See, that's why they can probably afford a new car, but they know where they live.
Right.
They said we keep a busted car, niggas ain't gonna bust in our shit.
Right. But yeah, and then how late Eugene be sitting out there, and I was like, what if he was sitting out there and saw somebody, coming up the walkway?
Oh, he would have said some shit. Eugene don't play.
Right.
Eugene's Fort Knox.
Right.
I told you that one time he stopped Elijah from going to the backyard.
Right. But yeah, I was just like, damn. And then I just kept thinking, like, what if I had stepped out on the back balcony upstairs and been like, what the fuck you down there doing?
But I'm telling you, they had to be like, for them to do all that and those cameras did not pick that up. It was crazy. I messaged Vivian. They weren't no help. They're like, oh, are you home at sister? I was like, no, we can't access the panel because of some privacy laws, and I would have to be at the panel to do a reboot. I'm like, what the fuck is a reboot gonna do?
Well, because the cameras are still recording. Remember when what happened at my house recently? Oh, was the power out? Yeah, wasn't the power out recently? The power was out recently, so my alarm system was down too. But when them motherfuckers came back up, you better believe they were still recording. Because when I looked in the app, all of that activity populated in the app. And like all of the times that, even though the camera was, the alarms, the panel was showing that it was off, those cameras were still recording because, like I said, all of the activity was still in the app. So that's.
Yeah, I think they are able, like offline, they're still able to record a certain amount.
Well, we need to find out. Right, we need to find out if they, because my thing is this, and I think I said this to you, and I know I said it to Elliot and whoever else was listening. There have been so many times where I'll look at the camera or the app and someone, Amazon, FedEx, or somebody would have delivered something.
It didn't pick it up.
It didn't pick up. It did not pick them up coming down to the house to drop the package off, but it all of a sudden picks up them leaving. And I'm scrolling through the app like, well, where the fuck is them? Where's the arrival? Like the motherfucker just descended from a parachute. And so like that frustrates me. Like, and I've always thought that, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't understand how somebody could have walked up on your porch and then like, not on your porch, but in your driveway. But then the other thing is,
but it's picking up niggas driving by in the cars.
Exactly.
Like that same night, it kept going off when I was watching Bridgerton. It kept going off, and I kept looking, and I was like, "What the fuck is it picking up?" I was like, "Oh, it's the fucking cars."
That's what I'm saying. So how you picking up the cars driving by, but you don't pick up somebody in the actual driveway?
Mm-hmm.
But at any rate, and it almost makes me want to call them and be like, "Look here, what the fuck am I paying y'all for?" I mean, not me, because
that's what I was gonna say, but I wasn't saying that in the thread. She said she was gonna put a note for something to call me. No one's called me yet, and that's when I was gonna have that conversation. I'm like, and she just said, all she told me was, "I'm sorry for your inconvenience." What?
Right, bitch. Fuck all of those niceties.
Right, like y'all should own up. Like, why is it that I have invested cameras from you guys, but it's not even doing the job. I got a car sitting in front of a fucking camera, ain't shit go off.
Right, not the one on the door or the one.
Y'all shit. That's
right.
y'all's responsibility.
The one over the door or the one on the garage.
Mm-hmm. Now the door, like I said, the way the car was parked, you can't get to the car without that door one picking it up.
But because my thing is, I'm thinking they came in from
behind the car.
I think they came in from from Preston's side of the house. They ain't come up the driveway.
Then it would have definitely picked them up in the front yard if they crossed that front yard.
But then if they came straight up the driveway, then the front door camera should have got them. Because I'm telling you, you can't come down.
If you walk straight behind your car.
Oh, you mean like right directly behind the car?
Exactly. It's not going to pick it up.
But that's what I'm saying. Even if they walk directly behind the car, then that fucking garage door camera should have got it.
Should have, yeah. That one should have gotten it.
And I don't know why it didn't. And I almost want to, I almost feel like I want to call Vivian and pretend like I'm you and be like, look here, I'm going to need y'all to run me some of my money because I didn't have to pay deductibles for the phone, deductibles for the damn glass, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's $500 right there. The deductible for the phone and the fucking deductible for the glass.
No.
And I'm like, for Vivian, I'm going to need y'all to send me that money. Because your motherfucking camera should have got.
Lord, they would send it to me and then you'd be asking me for it.
Yeah, if they sent you my $500, why wouldn't I want it from you? you think you entitled? You think you entitled to my $500? It was my goddamn car that was burglarized. Shit. But it's just, that's the thing about it. I mean, to me, it's almost like, and that's why I said to you that day, when you fell asleep with that fucking garage door up, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you had going on in your mind, how you did that. Because, I mean, if them niggas bold enough to come in your driveway, it's completely different when you live on a street and your car is parked on the street and motherfuckers walk down the street and they do some shit like that. But they actually come on your property in your drive. That's some bullshit. They will come in your garage. And then come in your house and you in here sleep. I don't know how you did that.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it, babe. It should happen.
I got angry all over again today thinking about that shit. Can you imagine if you woke up and a motherfucker was walking around in here? God damn it. My anxiety just went crazy just thinking about that. But just to catch a motherfucker in the act, to walk up on, like, what the fuck? Like, looking outside the balcony. What the fuck you down there doing, nigga? And I really think with that car, I think they let them out, like I said, down there near Preston's house. And then the car pulled down to the front of your house and waited right there. I promise you, I believe that's what happened. Because that car just sat there. But you never saw the guy run back to the car. The car, after you heard that little pop, you saw the car drive down the street. So
because he just was driving. He was still in the car.
Huh?
I said he was still he had just opened the car, but the other car on the street.
Oh, right. Exactly. So when he bust my window, the other car moved down the street. and was probably waiting for him to rummage through the car.
And then go down further.
Right, but the video stopped shortly after it popped.
So, but I can't tell because it's so dark if the camera picked up the car or the camera actually picks up
him in the
him, but because it's so dark, you can't see.
I zoomed in on that video and everything. I ain't seen nobody walking around out there, even like behind the car, like going back that way. But because remember that car that came Christmas that not broke in, but went into their garage next door. That was like that was like one of the muscle cars. It was like a Mustang or Camaro or something like that. I remember them tail lights.
Why can't them niggas just go get a fucking job?
Right, but this car last night was a Sunday night. That was like a
it was a white something.
That was like it looked like a white Civic or some shit.
They must be new drivers since they're still in the Civic, or new robbers.
No, they probably just switched cars. They probably them same niggas. Ain't nobody coming back to the same house. Ain't nobody different. That's them same motherfuckers. They came here Christmas.
They probably got a schedule, like they got neighborhoods on a schedule.
Right, because that was December. It's now April. That's 4 months later.
Right. They done circled back around their route.
Right.
Which neighborhood is this week?
Right. Motherfuckers.
It's probably the same niggas who robbed the Buckhead people. Same niggas who they just, it's just different times of the fucking year.
That's ridiculous. But I just like, you would think that they would be able to catch them from that fucking iPhone, that Find My iPhone. Because when I saw that shit was like 10 minutes away.
But the thing is, are they really trying to catch them?
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, I kind of felt like today that the guy really did want to catch him just because this has been an aggravation because it's been happening so long. And because it happened to so many people. Because he was just like, well, I'm going to go. He said, what's that address? He said, because I'm going to ride by there. He said, now, I can't necessarily go in because...
Well, he must not have found nothing because you haven't heard. Well, he wouldn't call you back, I guess.
Right. But he said he can't actually go...
Got him.
Right. He can't actually go in because he said he would need a search warrant.
Right, yeah. So, the thing is, what's the purpose of the Find My iPhone? Shit, when you really need it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not. You should that should be the permit. That needs to be in an Apple clause somewhere.
Yeah.
That should be a reason to go search the house.
Right. It seemed like Apple. That's where I feel like Apple has responsibility or culpability. Once you say your phone is lost or stolen, and you deactivate it and shut it down and shit like that, it should send some sort of a signal to the authorities.
Right. Shit, can you imagine? Well, the thing is, that would be handy.
But do you know how many police?
More important shit to do than
because you know how that would exhaust the police department. How many people be?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why they don't want it.
This is my inner thigh. But yeah,
they would ignore that shit. We got another one, and just imagine some girlfriend or some couple get in an argument and they want to do that shit.
Yeah.
Because they hold their shit hostage because they
or some domestic shit.
You want to hold my phone? That's fine. I'm gonna report it stolen.
Yeah, some girl.
Come get your ass.
Yeah, some girl done been called on her baby father because he got her cell phone.
Now you got the police department can't even fight real crime because they run around trying to find people's iPads.
People trying to find people's iPads and MacBooks and shit, and cell phones, and AirPods.
What you do today? I found a couple iPads, couple phones. I thought you was going to be fighting real crime.
Right. But but somebody just commented on my YouTube and was like, that is the worst feeling. It happened to me in October. I was just grateful that it was just one window and not multiple or my whole car. That puts things in perspective for sure. Because if there had been multiple windows, oh my God.
My house looks like a scene of a crime.
You don't see it until you walk up in the driveway.
Lord have mercy.
Well, it was the scene of a crime. Shit, you live in the hood.
Like you don't live around the corner.
Well, that's a whole nother street.
Oh my God. Same shit. They probably check y'all shit.
I ain't heard nothing like that over on my street.
Y'all just don't know.
Couldn't even concentrate. Because, it's such an annoyance having to call insurance. So, like, I got the same insurance for car and home. And then you would just think that I would be able to just talk to the one agent. But I had to call auto, and then I had to go over and call home owners. Like, y'all can't simplify this process? And then I was so pissed off with Verizon today because once upon a time, you could just press star 611 and a bitch would answer the phone and you could talk to them about what you needed. Well, now some automated girl comes on and she directs you to some text message that she sends you, and then you got to click some
There's no more customer service.
Customer service is dead. Then she texts you, the automated system texts you some link, and then she says she's going to hang up. So, because she done sent you this link. This bitch hangs up. You can't even press 0 and, be routed to somebody. She deletes you. I mean, she sends, because she did her job. She done sent you the text. Now, motherfucker, you got to go over there and press the link if you want further assistance. So then you go over to you go down this whole other rabbit hole after you click this link. Then you got to go through this robot chat box, and then you got to say what you want. They give you these little options. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Then they finally connect you with a bitch that's typing you live on the other end. I'm like, this don't make no sense. So, of course, I ran over to Twitter and ate their ass with them for about 30 minutes. That's what I'm saying. I was on the phone all day long, and I just felt drained. So about 2 o'clock, 2:30, I finally went on and submitted my claim through the app. The automatic system texts me and all that other shit. So I went on in there. Then it said to go ahead and file a claim for your phone. Go to this website. So I went to the website. I put my phone number in. Both of my phones came up. It told me to choose which one was missing. Did that. They activated it. Said, no worries. It can no longer be used. This, that, and the third. And they mark it something so that I guess if it comes up, it'll show registered as stolen. So anyway, then it said, do you need a replacement device? And I was like, yes. And I just knew I was going to have to speak to somebody. They were going to have to mail it and da-da-da-da. So it connected me to Assurian, the little insurance company. And I get over to them, and then it says, okay, put in your card number and everything, They'll send me the replacement and put my card number in. Is this the address that you want it to be shipped to? Because all of that was already in there populated. And then I had paid the money. And then it said your phone will be at your house between 5 and 7. This was 2:30. That motherfucker was at my door at about...
That's what they're doing these days.
He came at 7 o'clock. But yeah, what you eating?
Nothing.
You chewing on something.
Vegan ice cream.
Yeah, I knew you were eating something. I'm about to go down here and get some of this shrimp. I got some shrimp in the refrigerator. Ooh, and I got that piece of fish that I didn't eat last night.
Oh, I don't even eat that.
You're stupid. She probably didn't even pay attention to you saying something about that fish not being wild caught. She made you say...
As soon as I said, I was like, oh, shit. I looked down, oh, damn it.
It probably was farm-raised fish that she gave you.
Right, but...
Why do you think she gave you farm-raised? Because you figure she won't spend the extra money for wild caught. But I finished Will Smith's book today.
Mm-hmm. My friend Janae was saying she read that.
Did she say?
You read that? Tessa Craig reading it now.
What'd she say? Did she say anything about it?
Everything you were talking about, how Jada, felt. She said it verbatim. But Lauren was there, and that's when Sean was still living there.
They weren't in the house, though.
They were in the house.
They were in the house when they came in?
Yes.
What?
I told you. Yeah.
I was just going to say, this does sound familiar.
Lauren was upstairs. Sean was downstairs.
Lauren was upstairs and Sean was downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Where was he?
In that back bedroom.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You did say he was in the bedroom when it happened. And where did they go when they came in?
She said, no, I didn't go out there last night.
Every time you talk for her, you always try to affect her voice. And it's almost kind of like she's slow / ghetto / retarded.
Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and I just wanted to introduce you to the Goalie Gummies if you're not already familiar. So this is the original Goalie Gummy. This is good for burning belly fat, as well as curbing your appetite, right? It's just going to be your, for beauty, wellness, and nutrition. This is the superfruit. Then we have the all-around health from within. This is the green, the super greens. And then, of course, we have the ashwagandha. This is good for calming, relaxing, sleeping, anxiety, calming anxiety. The same ones, but this is for the chocolate lovers that are out there. So use my promo code. It's Craig the Writer Stewart. Visit www.goalie.com, and the promo code is Craig the Writer Stewart. That's free shipping and, of course, 15% off. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and I'm inviting you to join my Patreon. Don't know what a Patreon is? It's my official video diary with only exclusive content that you won't see anyplace else. It's easy to join. Just visit patreon.com/Craig the Writer Stewart. Here's what you'll find on my Patreon. A day in my life, whether that's dinner with friends or a typical workday. Live Q&As with members of my Patreon about each episode of the T.S. Madison Experience and what I was really thinking. I'll even bring you on vacation with me. The video will make you think that you were right there. And last but not least, for all of my aspiring writers, I give you first-hand, one-on-one, personalized attention, answering all of your questions about publishing and self-publishing. So what are you waiting for? Join now. Swipe up or visit www.patreon.com/Craig the Writer Stewart. I'll see you soon. Oh, and one more thing. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Craig the Writer. Do it now.